In the beginning was the couch, and the couch was with Father, and the couch was Father. At the far end is yours. It has been yours for so long that the cushion has surrendered and taken your shape. The way water takes the shape of a stone it has stopped fighting with. You sit with the remote balanced on the arm of the couch, and no other hand in this house has ever touched it, and no law was passed. It is just yours, the way the wind belongs to the sky. It's 4 in the afternoon, which in this house is not a time so much as a channel. On the screen, a man in a white hat is about to be drawn on by a man in a black hat, and you know it, because you have seen this episode before. You have seen every episode before. And that is not a complaint, you would say. And that is the point. Oh, watch this, he said. And he gets him right through the window. And he got him right through the window. And the near end is mine. On the evenings I surface before dark. I live upstairs, the way a prisoner lives in his cell, measurably and by pressure. I do not watch the shows. I watch you watch the shows. And that is a different program, with a longer run, and nobody will ever syndicate it. But between us there is a middle cushion, and the middle cushion is empty, and this book is mostly about the middle cushion. Empty is your word for it. It is an honest word, and it is wrong in the same way your words are always wrong, which is that they're true on your side of the glass and nowhere else. A seat can be empty in this room and taken in the other one. There are 3 of us on this couch. You and I, and a third who weighs nothing, and never reaches for the remote, and never once takes a side, because she was not issued a seat in this room. She keeps the far side of the screen. She crosses over only when the glass goes dark, which, tonight, it is about to. You felt the cold of the place where she sits, at the edge of you, on the cushion that is not empty, for years. You called it delusion. You called it the wind. You think we're in the same room. That is the first thing you have wrong, and it's not the kind of wrong I can explain to you, because you would not return to the set and file it where you file me. There is a room with a couch in it, and there are 2 men on the couch, and each of us is in a room the other has never entered. In your room, the world arrives labeled. You people. Adam. That crowd. The ones coming over the wall. I arrive labeled 2-3 feet to your left, wearing the oldest label there is. Son. You. Discreet. Accountable. Other. In my room the labels wore out years ago, all of them, and everything that enters today is we. The man in the white hat is we. The man he shoots is we. The stranger at the border, folded into the fence wire, is we. And you, armored in your cushion, narrating gunfights to a box, are we, unbearably we. Here is what that means, and it is the whole problem, stated once, in the first chapter, so that no one can say later they were not told. I am grieving a man who is sitting right there. You are being grieved, 3 feet away, and you cannot feel a thing. We talk. A stranger in the doorway would swear to it. You tell the television what it's about to do, and the television, obedient as a good dog, does it. He's going to hide in the barn. That one's the brother. Watch. Here comes the part with the train. I say things, too, at the same box, into the same air. He's been dead the whole time. That horse is the only honest actor on this show. Sometimes you laugh, and the laugh is real. It is not a reply. In the entire history of this couch, which is long, and which someone has been archiving nightly, no sentence launched from one end has ever been answered by the other. While words cross the middle cushion constantly, replies have never once survived the trip. I had a theory about the box. I keep it where I kept everything as a boy, which is to say nowhere you would think to look. The theory is that it is not showing you entertainment. It is showing you instructions. Sit like this, or retire like this. Below from this exact distance, no closer, and here is the volume to do it at. It is not a kind theory. I am not proud of it. But it runs daily, in syndication, and in 37 years we have never once seen you change the channel. Tonight the man in the white hat got him right through the window, and you said the thing you say, and the credits rolled, and you lifted the remote and began to flip. And that's the other ceremony of this hour, the in-between shows one. A world's in fragments. Half a sentence of news, a woman selling a knife, but forecast for a city neither of us will ever stand in. And between the worlds, each time, a black breath, the glass going dark for exactly as long as a crossing takes. You flip. She crosses. And nobody counts but me. And then a cartoon, bright, wrong for the hour, wrong for this house. A drawn planet, blue, ordinary, minding its own afternoon, and in the sky over it, a head. A stone head the size of a county, floating where the moon should have been, filling every window of the little drawn houses below. It opened its mouth, and its voice came up through the springs of our couch, and it said the one thing it had crossed an entire galaxy to say. Show me what you got. You muttered something, then pointed the remote. Oh, wait, I said. Oh, we are begging you. And you said, the remote still raised, still aimed at the talking box. 2 sentences, 1 room. And mine was to you. Yours was to the box, or to the room, or to nobody. The sound a man makes to record that a sound occurred. And neither arrived. Nothing between these 2 cushions ever has. But your thumb came down beside the button instead of on it, and the channel stayed, and I am not going to call that a reply. You did not change the channel. But we took that as permission. So we watched it, and we watched it in silence, which is the only way this couch has ever watched anything. At the premise, for the record, the head does not invade. It does not land or explain or leave. It hangs over the world it has chosen and demands a performance. And the little world below drops everything and gives it one. The whole planet conscripted into an audition on its own front lawn, because everyone down there has seen what becomes of a world that bores the head. It was a comedy. It was pitched at children, or at whatever their fathers have become by this hour. And somewhere a room full of writers must have laughed, and I sat on my end very still, the way you sit when a stranger at a party tells your own story as a joke, with the names changed. Because I knew that head. I couldn't have told you, that night, whether I was the little world under it or the thing hanging in its sky. But hold that question. The rest of this book will need it. I knew the voice the moment it came up through the springs. I've been hearing that demand my whole life, from 3 feet away, in syndication, at 4 in the afternoon, for as long as I can remember. Show me what you got. And you watched it too. That is the part I have gone back over the most. 20 minutes, a stonehead over a world, the world dancing for its life, and you watched it the way you watch everything, from behind your face. And when it ended, the next question arrived like a tide, and you settled into it, and you have never once said a word about it. Not that night. Not since. Maybe you didn't see it. And maybe you saw it, but couldn't retain it. Maybe you filed it where you file everything bright, silly, and beneath your comment. I hold all three explanations, and I cannot choose among them, and I will never be able to, because choosing would take evidence, and evidence would take a sentence crossing this couch, and no sentence has ever made the journey across this couch. Whatever the box showed you, you will never tell me what you saw. The business as usual on the couch.